Hey, people.
And these boys here, they trampled all over our venerated observances and rituals. Now, this here music is over.
What he said was, these boys here have trampled all over our venerated observances and rituals. And Lisbeth must be from the South. I was looking for a clip of George Clooney trying to be intellectual when I found that. But when I read this, that's what it makes me think about. And so this is the Deliverance song of Moses, and this is after they crossed the Red Sea. He sang this song, is what they say. You know, songs is the best way. You talk to people around the world and ask them how they learn their English. And they say, we learn it from watching American TV and music. And so I figured the language would stick in this song, and we ought to be able to read a lot of it. And if you look at the first and last line of this song, it talks about this glorious, he has triumphed the horse, the gay gazes, or the Jesus. It actually says Jesus here. When you read the upper markings here, it'll read a G-O-A-A and then a J-E-S-U-S is the triumphant horse. And then the last line of it, it talks about it again. Gloriously he has triumphed the horse, the Jesus. And even without the J, this still reads, just the letters. A G-A-E is a G-E-S. The A-E is the ash, God, E-S, G-E-S-U-S. And so its writer is the one who's working. Work, B is in the working. The one in the saddle, he's up there and he's rocking. And so this is talking about symbols. And this is representing the saddle, And so the one that's in the saddle, is the one that's working. He's rocking it. And so this is the base word for the riders in the chariot. And it's the one rocking, the one working. And the chariot is spelled several different ways. They'll give either word, either meaning. You see here, it's still the RKB, the rockin', but it's, from the rockin' and the T. That was our first truck, was the T bucket. And these vowel points have changed throughout this word. And sometimes, it's a vowel point and it's the racing. They're out there racing. But sometimes, it's a R-I-C-I-V. To receive it, from receive it. And so a Merkaba is not a chariot, but it's from receive it, parole, P-R-O, and an O-E is an odal, make it an O-L-E, parole. And so from receive it, parole means to be put out, he sent them out. And a chili, the C-H-I-L, and U in the Greek, they'll give that U the Y, A chili is the commander of the army. And it comes from, to chill and to kill, C-H-I-L, kill. From receive it, parole, to chili ire, I-R-E is just mad. To chili ire, the killer mad. Ire is anger, fury, a chilly ire in them, and put them out. From receive it, parole, a chilly ire, a killer mad in them, B-I-M, in them, umber is a huge amount, where your word number come from, U-M-B-H-R. Umber is many to choose from, umber. And umber souls of tub, the tub of THB, the tub OV, the tub of soup. And you say, what the hell does that mean? And I say, well, it's just the fourth line down, a couple really short lines in front of it to give us a better idea. But it was this first line that made me think of George Clooney. And I can't find that clip, but when he's trying to talk intellectually, he'll say, as a terms of in his role, a tizzer, has it leave a yammer lammer. As relieve veckages Jesus working warm of 'em. Ozzy was morty, vilely, lies woozy, Aliwana, Valley Abbey, warm and who. And so warm and who, that means the introduction, warm and who. And I will exalt him. Hey, this guy traveled across the desert riding a chariot of mushrooms. He's played in every nightclub from here to San Francisco. Let's get a big hand. Let's exalt him in warm and who, of the Valley Abbey, the Aliwana Valley Abbey. So it sounds like they haven't even stepped on the stage yet. And so this is an introduction as a Sirms of in his role, as a Sirms, Sirmse, the one passing out the sermons, the one doing the talking, as a Sirms of in his role, his job, in his role of the play, the part he plays of in his role, a tizzer, a tizzer. Ooh, it's that time, at is a tizzer. That job is going on, a tizzer. It's also, the sire is to father something, to create. And so as a Sirms of in, a Sirms is, a witness. I saw it with my own eyes. A Sirms of in his role, a tizzer. And has it leave, a tizzer has it leave. And so leave, is, by your leave, sir, with your permission, the leave. And a tizzer has it leave. And it's also, where your word relieve comes from. As a Sirms of in his role, a tizzer has it leave a yammer lammer, and spoke saying, who a yammer lammer. So has it leave, is another way of saying has it sent out, with by your leave, sir. It means with the king's permission. And so who a yammer lammer, that means, who I am. I am rule, R-U-L. I am rulem, the razor. I am rulem razor. The razor relieve, the eckages. The relieve eckages. The EKI, and then the GAE becomes the GES. And the GES is the word for the earth in the Greek. Eckages, this is where your word eckages comes from. And relieve the eckages in Jesus. And so Jesus has become the new scapegoat, is what it's talking about. To relieve eckages. The Jesus working warm of them. And so Jesus is the spirit that the goats are hating Ozzy. Ozzy is the goat. Ozzy was morty, was dead, death, mortal. The morty, laying on the mortician's table. Ozzy was mortally, morty, vilely lies woe. Vilely lies woe. Woe of great sorrow or distress. Woe, woesy. Ozzy, the goat, took a blow. And so Ozzy is the bankers, and he's talking about the old scapegoat. And as a Sirms of in his rule, a tizzer has it leave with permission of the king, who am the rule emmer, who yammer lammer, one who says what goes, a sire, father creator, a sire, the creator of, to leave, to give permissions, the eckages. And so, it's part of psychotherapy for AA or something like that. You gotta relieve yourself of the guilt or you'll be back to drinking. And so all the terms of that would have the same terms of this celebration of relieving eckages of the G's, the earth, the eckages, the key is, what comes out of, for kind of works there, for the earth. And this would help me catch this. Usually always when they double words up like that, the first one is just very gloriously. And so this tack here has this read, the key and then backwards. And the the AG and then ES, the Aggies. And I remember just reading that in the Book of the Dead, and their sign for the Aggies. And then the Seuss, is the sign for the sustenance. And so the Seuss is a horse just as much as a sausage is a horse. It's the sustenance. You only eat your horse in last resort, And you see it at the end of this poem, down here 19, forwent the horses, is the kibossus. The kibossus is what happened to the horses. We beat your army and we ate your horses. And so I know they don't waste any words in here, so I know Jesus has more meaning to it. And so, as is a serms of in his role at Iser, has it leave who yammer lammer, who commands as a relieve echoges Jesus. And so Jesus is what he's saying. Jesus is the magic words to relieve the echoges. But, they're still playing with the word, as the GESS, the guess. And it's not just the echoges, but it's the echoges guesses. Work and warm have 'em. The echoges guesses work and warm have 'em. And so that's coming from the Aggies, and the Aggies, the agricultural workers, Jesus. That's most of them's name. That's your yard man's name, Jesus. And the Aggies guesses us working warm have 'em. And that's when it's time, the agricultural workers, they would come in to plant. It's warming up, Easter. And this is why it says, in God we trust on your money. That's the ash, the ASH, the gash, cash. And cash as Jesus means we can be bought off, cash us. Go ahead and cash us out. And that's probably why all the Spanish workers, they want to be paid every day. Cash us out. We don't know if we'll be alive tomorrow. And as relieve echoges, the cash is us working warm have 'em. We work where it's warm and where the cash flows. And then Ozzy, Ozzy is definitely the goat. The Oz is the goat and the Ozum is the goats. And they'll mix it up as in the fierce men, the Ozum. But that same word, the Ozum is the goats 46 times. And everything around the Oz is goats. Azazel is the goat. And Ozzy was Morty of Viley. And lies Woozy, Aliwana, the Valey, the Valley Abbey. The Valley Abbey, that's where they're brewing the wine down there. The Valley Abbey Warmin' Who. And so the God praising, to the salvation is lies Woozy, Aliwana. Lies Woozy, Aliwana. And so that's like a powerful drug, Wana, lies Woozy, Aliwana. Who all they of him, of who all they of warmin' who. You haze 'em'll come high who is 'em. You haze 'em, the HAYSE. You haze, HAYZE. You haze 'em'll come, it's what'll come to. What'll come, the high, the H. The high who is 'em. His name, the high who is 'em. You call him, he'll come, the high who is 'em. So when they wrote this song, Deliverance, Jesus was the God of Moses. It was the same high who is 'em. The same one that they haze. And it comes in like the wind, the haze. Wind, haze. But it also means a hedged enclosure, the haze, or a string of pearls. And you haze 'em'll come high who is 'em from rockin' top roll, from the rockin' top roll, the pharaoh, a chill were in 'em, umber souls of the tub of in 'em soup. From the rock in top, the teepee in top roll, from the rock in top roll, that may be the keystone, which'll wear in 'em, umber souls, and many souls of youth, youth, the youth of in 'em soup. And so you used to hear old mafia term, he drowned in his soup, in 'em soup, and drowned in 'em soup. And that's the taboo in 'em soup. And umber souls of tub of in 'em soup. And so with this tack here, this is also, the push, P-U-S-U-P, the push up. And umber souls of tub of in 'em push up. So we still don't know what the hell this means. We're going to have to read on some more. But to put all this together, as a serms of in his roll, a tizzer has it leave, a yammer-lammer ezer. They're trying to rhyme that up with the tizzer up here. A yammer-lammer as relieve eckages, and a new command as relieve eckages, the scapegoat, and all the old bills that you've been avoiding, you don't have to pay them anymore, is what that means. And as relieve eckages. And so it could also be talking about the flooding of the Nile and bringing new earth in, new Jess. Jess is earth, the location, and bringing new fertilizer in where they had used up the old in eckages, the caches us. Working warm, have 'em. And Ozzy was Morty, and the goat was dead, and that's surely talking about a time in astrology. And Ozzy was Morty. And, this is also the Y-E, and then the W, you and yay. Yay is a good thing, you're happy. And the Ozzy is Morty, you yay. Happily, yayly. You're happy the goat is dead. And so the goat is surely, December. Capricorn, coming in about the same time as Jesus. Ozzy was gone, and yay comes Aquarius, comes the floods, and lies woozy, Ollie wanna, who all they of he warmin' who. You haze 'em'll come high who is 'em, from rockin' top roll, a chilly air, a 32 square, a chilly air, a commander of 1,024, in top roll a chilly air, in 'em umber souls, and in 'em umber many souls, who the tub of in 'em push up, who the tub of in 'em soup, who lost many of his soldiers in the soup. So this gay Zeus reads a couple ways. And if you're reading with the top marks, you're reading this a G-A and then a O-E. And so it's a G-A-O-L, a goal. And then a G-O-A with the dots underneath. The dot in the center says picks those up. A G-O-A-A. And so a G-O-A-A is a G-O-E or a G-O-I, the goy or the go. And then the upper, the J-E-S-U-S. And the goalie go Jesus is the Spanish goalie that won the game. The G-A-O-L-E, the goalie go G-O-E-J-E-S-U-S, the goalie go Jesus. And that's probably written like this from where I read the Hebrew and the Egyptian. This is probably Jesus. Oh, Jesus, Jesus. And this is probably the letter for the Aggie. the Aggie, and this probably represents the sustenance, the Aggie Jesus. And it's surely what they were trying to represent in this ancient scratching here. The horse head on the cross up here. And after the goalie done won the game, they raised him up. They broke down the goal post and put him up on top of it and drug him around town. Allism in as Savets the light. So when it says, and said God, let us make man in our own image and according to our likeness, that means that there was more than one, our, us. And so that means we're not all the same. We've got different gods that we're images of. And some rule the fish, and some rule the birds. Some wear dew in digit, and some of just hope. Some do the math, and some hope for the best.
Don't forget, hurry, I won't forget.
Alright, I'm going to cut this off here. Good day.